Today I heard something so important in the words of Pastor Burns, Trump's advisor, in the interview for one of the main Ukrainian channels. As a Ukrainian and as someone who's been studying Russian propaganda, I just had to record this video right away. In most videos about the war in Ukraine, we hear about Putin's crimes, right? And yes, they cannot be downplayed. But you know who has been planting the narratives of hatred in the Russians' minds, constantly pouring right into their ears that Ukraine has to be denazified? You won't believe this, but the same people who in beautiful vestments with crosses on their chests tell their congregation about God, in the same sermon tell them how to properly blast a bullet or a missile to unalive more Ukrainians. So when I heard this from Pastor Burns, I was genuinely moved. Just incredible respect to his courage, actually, to voice everything as it is.
Ми виявили, що навіть російська православна церква використовує віру, щоб приховати звірства, які робить російська армія. І тепер ми знаємо, що не можна оголосити, що завдяки українців можна отримати благословення від Бога. Це не релігія, це культ, це хибна ідеологія, і її слід відправити у самісіньке пекло.
Let's take a step further. If you want to start a war with a peaceful neighbor, first you need to convince your own people. So just like Nazis once did in Germany, it takes years and years of deep propaganda to dehumanize your target in their minds. For that purpose, the Russian Orthodox Church used an organization called RACIRS, led by Alexander Dvorkin. To cover its main goal, RACIRS was presented to the Russian society as someone to protect them from dangerous cults. And in reality, they were labeling cult anyone undesirable to the Russian authorities. Any dissenting opinion from religious minorities like Jehovah's Witnesses, Neo-Pentecostals, Evangelicals, Falun Dafa, etc., to human rights organizations, schools, and even businesses like Amway or thrift shops. And some of them has already been officially recognized in Russia as extremists. RACIRS, under the wing of Russian Orthodox Church, is spreading ideology of hatred towards Ukrainians, calling them cannibals, and even whole Ukraine as a cult. By the way, the same cult label was already used by them toward the entire West world. And they didn't stop at propaganda inside Russia. They went further and began recruiting agents in other countries, including Ukraine itself. Iryna Kremenovskaya and Aleksey Svyatogor are RACIRS agents in Ukraine. They adopted the Kremlin methods to destroy Ukraine within, using the same thing as Dvorkin in Russia, labeling law-abiding, decent people as cultists, and even more, as pro-Russian cultists. Can you imagine Kremlin agents are putting pro-Russian labels on someone else? Kremenovskaya's name, thank God, has already been heard in Washington, and in Ukraine there is a criminal case opened against her, for now on inciting interreligious hatred. But there is enormous evidence against him, proving their direct connections with the Dvorkin and Novopashin, these main mouthpieces of Kremlin in the Orthodox robes. So actions of both Kremenovskaya and Svyatogor actually amount to high treason. And as an Alatra volunteer, I know about the dirty methods of RACIRS in Ukraine. The project where I and other volunteers study climate has also been targeted by their smear campaign. And that's why when Pastor Burns spoke the truth about the Russian Orthodox Church on one of the main Ukrainian TV channels, I breathed the sigh of relief. Because finally someone influential in the United States calling things by their real names. The Russian Orthodox Church is not a church and not a religion anymore. It's a Kremlin propaganda machine in robes.